Yeah, I do. I do. I own a port. I'm in Africa right now. Africa from Zambia.
Oh,
How
wow.
about you?
That is so cool. I'm in Slovakia right now, Central Europe, Central Europe. Yeah. Hey, there was a theme running, right? Is this what you're interested in? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure thing. We can do that.
Or we can talk about whatever's on your mind. It's up to
No,
you.
running is cool. Cool.
Run-
Let's talk about running. Let's talk about running.
Okay, sweet. We can do that. So, hey, I noticed on your profile it says African Hustle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's the African Hustle? Explain this to me. What is
The
this like?
African.
Yeah.
All right. The African hustle is just about people have the wrong picture of what African teenagers really do.
Okay.
How they really climb up the ladder through the ranks of business and the like, and through trying to be self-motivated and trying to show the right picture of how someone should live the gold mine hustle, the right way of life, whether African or European.
Okay, so it's about living life the right way. Yeah. It's about doing the right things.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't get you. I lost you for a
Okay.
bit.
Okay, no problem. It's about doing the right things the right way. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's about living your life in balance, and maybe helping people out, maybe being there to support them, and taking the right steps to get forward with what you need to get done. Right.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
Okay, super cool. So how does exercise and running fit into that picture for you?
Or for me, like I've been running for about 6 months right now.
Okay.
Running as I run 4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
for about 4 times a week a day.
Okay. So
Gives me high.
are you in a city, or are you in the countryside, or where are you?
Or currently, I'm located in the city, Lusaka, Zambia, Lusaka City.
Okay.
I'm in the capital city right now.
Okay. What is it like to do that? I mean, you run like around the city, or there's parks, or how does that even work there? Because I'm stupid about this stuff, man. So explain this to me. If you're in the city, right? Because like right now I'm in a city, but it's a very small city. So if you want to go running, you can like I'm on my balcony right now, and I can see the forest. So like in 5 minutes I can be in the forest, and I can be like running through the forest and in the countryside and out of town. So what's it like trying to do that if you're in the city?
Oh, here in the city, we just, I usually just wake up at 04. When I wake up at 04 a.m., there's usually nobody on the roads,
Okay.
no cars moving. Yeah, so we've got this famous ring road that has a long tarmac stretch
Okay.
for about 20 to 30 kilometers long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's where I do my running from. I can exhaust myself as much as I want, as long as I get back home.
Okay, so that's cool. So you saying you get up at 4 a.m. and you go running, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. Is it easy or difficult to get up at 4? Because like for most people, for like 99% of people, that's impossible, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Graham. That's very true. It's very hard to get up. It's so hard to get up. You just have to, ask yourself why. Like, know why you're getting up. Like, I run for one reason, and one reason only: fit, keep fit, healthy. I
Mm-hmm.
want to live longer on earth so that I can preach the hustle to the people, spread the word. I know most people have heard this before. Very few people are actually doing this where I come from. So that's why if, a few friends of mine go running in the morning.
Okay, so how do you? Where did you learn this ethic, this work ethic from of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get up and go out and do things? Where did you learn that?
I learned that from my neighbor, actually. My neighbor was so motivated. Actually, I found him running. I never knew he used to run every morning, you know? But we were
Okay.
so close. We used to talk all the time. But he never told me about the running schedule. So one time I mentioned, I need to start running. He asked me why. Then I told him. Then one day he just told me, come outside at 4 a.m. He woke me up. He's like, come outside. Let's go running. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yes, let's go running. I was like, all
What?
right, let's go.
That's crazy.
That's only could last for 7 minutes running, and I like completely almost collapsed. Like I couldn't run anymore. I even threw up. Like I
Oh my.
started throwing up on the road just there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My first day,
Oh my God.
but I
That's
was so
yeah. That's incredible. That when the start is the hardest part of anything. It's the start that stops most people from getting anywhere, right? Uh, and that sounds like a pretty extreme experience, a pretty extreme way to to start doing any kind of activity. But that's cool. So, are there any clubs or groups that people can join where you are that do the same kind of thing, or are you doing it all by yourself?
there are groups and clubs around, but from where I'm located, it's kind of hard to reach out to those groups and those kinds of people. So currently, I just run on my own
Uh
because
huh. Yeah, but it's also running is a kind of meditation, I think, for people.
yes,
Because in my experience, you can separate the body and the mind. Yeah. And while you're out doing the physical activity of running it's basically a mechanical activity. You're putting one foot in front of the other and you're moving your arms and you sort of point yourself in one direction and you go. And you you don't need the brain for a lot of that. You can go somewhere else with your brain. You can think about other things, or you can listen to music, or you can listen to a podcast, or you try to solve problems in your head, or you can just think about nothing when you get out there. It's a kind of meditation, I think, sometimes.
yeah, that's true. I totally agree with you. Uh, Graham, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you prefer your running? Do you run with music or do you just go running without music?
Well, I mix it up because first of all, music. I find music great motivation for two reasons. Number one, it's that there's a beat and a rhythm, and you can stay and keep into the beat and the rhythm. And number two is I can get lost in the song. Right, I can be focusing on listening to the song, and I can sort of forget where I am. I've heard people describe it as some kind of like transcendental exercise. Yeah, where you're exercising, but you forget that you're exercising because you get lost in your thoughts. You get lost in other things. And sometimes if I'm listening to some types of music, I'll like the song and I'll get lost in the song and I'll be thinking about what do the words mean and what happens next in the song, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm like another 2 or 3 kilometers down the road. Wow,
Wow,
so that kind of helps. And the other thing is podcasts and listening to information. I'm really busy with a lot of things that I do with my work and social life and family and other things that there's not enough time to do everything, right? There's only 24 hours in the day, and you've got to sleep a little bit, you got to rest a little bit, you got to eat something, you got to communicate with people, you got to work, you got to make money. Time is limited. So I find that if I go out for a jog for, say, an hour, I can listen to a podcast. I can listen to some, constructive, productive information, interviews, right? I can listen to an interview with somebody, and I can go out for my jog, and I can get my new information ideas and thoughts, and so there's the music that sort of kind of pumps you up and sort of keeps you going, and then there's the sort of the information which can can be useful for you, right? Because if you don't get your downloads of new information, if you're not exploring the world, if you're not communicating with people, if you're not learning something, then you're not going forward.
That's very true. That's true.
So it's also interesting, different kinds of music, yeah, different kinds of music, because I've jogged listening to kind of slow music and maybe progressive music and then maybe dance music and then maybe rock music. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I think that and everybody likes something different, right? If you want to go out jogging and listen to, I don't know, like Tracy Chapman or some kind of folk music or something, you can do that. You want to listen to electronic techno, you can do that. You want to listen to, I don't know, Guns N' Roses, you can do that, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Totally.
So I think that you can use that time to do more than just exercise, or you can just go out. You can go out and turn off the mind. But I find that the music or listening to something, it helps take my mind off the fact that I'm doing something physically difficult. I'll tell you something else that I do. I'll tell you something else that I do, right? Little weights on your wrist, yeah? You know,
okay.
Put a little weight around your wrist. You can buy these or you can make them. Little weights to put around your wrist when you're jogging will increase the intensity of the exercise and work the upper body twice as much. Yeah. So you can essentially do the same amount of exercise for the same amount of time and have more benefit if you just do that one tiny little thing.
That's true, totally.
So
okay.
I don't know. What are your thoughts about it? I mean, do you listen to music when you go out and jog, or do you just go out, or do you have any, like, what about some people spend large amounts of money on clothes for jogging, right?
Yeah, I know. Like people spend huge sums of money on clothes. Like for me, just to get on the groove, run on my own, because currently my running partner has gone to school. He's by Unza University of Zambia. He's gone to campus, so I'm left alone. So for me to keep going running on my own, I had to get myself some new Adidas sneakers that could motivate me. Each time I wake up in the morning, I'll be thinking of them. I have to wear those sneakers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because you invest, right? You invest the money in the product, and so you have to use it, right?
So you have to use it, yes. So something to motivate me to get up. I used to, and I still use the sneakers I got, and I reminding myself why. And I prefer running with music because, as you said, music like lets you not focus on the current task at hand.
Yes. Yeah. What kind of music do you like to listen to when you're jogging?
I listen to music. Depending on the rhythm and the tempo of the song, would depend on how fast or how slow I'll jog. So I prefer either rap music, either electronic music, house music with the bass. Yeah. House music.
Hey man, there's a great website. You need to check out. It's called steadymixes.com. Steady, STEADYMIXES.com. Yeah. And that website has got music with special beats in different musical styles, specially prepared for runners and joggers. It's fantastic. It's got all different tempos, all different musical styles, and it's specifically designed for workouts and jogging. I've been using it. It's fantastic. Man, we got 20 seconds left in our conversation. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to say?
I just wanted to motivate, tell everybody who's listening to this, everybody should try and give a run a try. Everybody should just start, get over their feet.